Claude.
And this is Renee.
And we are up early in the morning again on a Saturday this time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, is it Saturday?
It is Saturday.
It is Saturday.
It's
Okay,
Saturday. It's dog training day.
Is that how we have determined what day it is? Is this you're training your dog?
Dog training day.
That's ridiculous. What did you do the other day that was so absurd? Like, I was doing something in the office, or I was still working.
Oh, yeah, so you were still working, and I made the dogs treats, but forgot to start dinner.
Yeah, that was the crazy thing. Like, she hadn't, I'm smelling like food.
It was chicken. I did chicken for them. I do really good treats with chicken for Ray for when we do agility, because she works a little harder for chicken.
Well, I'm like smelling food in the kitchen. I'm like, oh my god! Like Renee started cooking. Like this is like like look at her being so sweet. Like she sees that I'm like busy, whatever. And I walk in and she's making like chicken legs for the dogs. So there you go, guys. That's her loyalty. She's all about making sure her dogs are fed and pooped and walked and taken care of. If we combined all of the money that she spent on these dogs, we would have like 4 boats.
Not 4.
Yeah, we would. How many boats do we have?
1.
Whatever. But how was your week, Renee? How has everything been? It's been crazy.
It's been a crazy week. We our bathroom is under construction.
Oh God, yeah.
So we've been working with pounding and noises and all kinds of stuff throughout the week.
Yeah.
And then just the dust. They've done a really good job though. They've put up some barriers and stuff. So
dust hasn't been the issue. It's the fact that what did you tell them to do that kind of messed up our yard?
Oh yeah, I told them that they could just back and use it like the front yard, so they could come right up to the door, because otherwise it's kind of a long thing. And
not keeping in mind that, guys, our driveway is literally right at the front door too. So all we would have had to do was move our cars, and they could literally.
Well, but they have 2 trucks,
which would have fit it in our driveway just fine.
Yeah, but so it started making sink marks, so we had to. Yeah. Yesterday we had them put.
And we already don't really have grass. It's mostly weeds anyway.
It's true.
So. Well, it'll be all right. But no, they've been doing a really good job. There's no dust in the house.
No, it's been there. I mean, just from going in and out, there's been a little bit, but it's nothing crazy at all.
No. It's definitely just the fact that your house is in disarray. It definitely triggered your anxiety.
Yes, my anxiety. Because we have, the vanity is in the dining room, and all my decorations that go down the hallway leading to it have to be off the wall, and so just things are everywhere where they're not supposed to be, and so yeah, it's definitely triggered me a little bit. But it's pretty cool to watch your bathroom go down to the studs and see really what it's made up of, and now it's almost back together. They've got drywall up, and tile went down yesterday. We've got a tub in there, so it's kind of cool, don't you think?
Yeah, it is nice to see that they have something going on in there, and it's not just a complete demolition. That is pretty neat. I will say at first I was just like, Jesus Christ, what the hell did we get ourselves into?
Yeah.
And I'm 150,000,000% happy that I did not allow you to do the project on your own.
Why?
Because it's taken them a week already,
and there's been multiple guys.
And there's been multiple guys who actually know what they're doing.
Yeah, well, I would never replace the tub, nor would I have done the wiring, though. I'm just saying, because I wouldn't mess with that stuff.
But still. I'm really glad that you
I mean, I'm also glad I didn't do it, because it's messy. It would have taken forever. And so, yeah, no, I'm definitely glad. And they've done the tile job that they have. Oh, my goodness, it's beautiful. And the funny thing is as I was planning this project, I kept asking for Claude's opinion, and he's refused to give it to me. And so for the first time yesterday, he really saw what it's kind of going to look like. And so I think you were happy too, right?
So I was definitely surprised when I actually went in there to see that they had actually all had the tiles on the walls and tiles on the floor. The tub was in. Basically, all they had to do was finish stuccoing the wall and then put our stuff back in, and it's
no, they still got a grout too.
They still got a grout, and then
baseboards and the door.
You got to go start buying all your Hobby Lobby stuff to put in there. So that's gonna be fun. That's inexpensive. Or no, Amazon.
I'm into Amazon, so I went to Target even yesterday to price some things, and everything I found is cheaper actually on Amazon.
Yeah,
because we don't have a Hobby Lobby here.
We don't, not yet.
We need a Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, so 100%. I'm happy that they're almost done, but then they still have to do the other bathroom, and then they have to knock down a wall.
They're doing the wall.
So
first,
the wall is what I'm afraid of. That's gonna be incredibly
But that's only going to take them a day.
I get that, but that's still going to be them knocking a whole wall down on a house.
Yeah. It'll take them a day to demo the wall and a day to patch things up.
Okay.
So the hardest part about that is there's going to be tile that's going to be going down where the wall was, and we can't step on that for, 24 hours or something. So
I just know in our household, anytime that we can't do something, or like the fact that we're restricted from using that bathroom, like how many times did Olivia try to run that direction and we're just like, no, there's no bathroom now, you can't go there.
Yeah.
You know, and then having to deal with Nicholas in the morning, having an attitude because he wants to do his hair. Like it's just been,
Oh, but what was the best? Do you remember what the best has been?
no.
So when as they're demoing this bathroom, they put the vanity and everything else in the dining room, but the toilet they put outside.
Oh, yeah.
And Olivia walks out and
It's like
just
we're back in the
stops,
country.
and she just stares at the toilet. I'm like, we're not using that toilet, Olivia. Stop staring at it like
Yes,
that.
I don't know, what is that about? She's like in a trance.
Yeah, every morning, and she stops and looks as if she didn't expect it to still be there the
It's
next
like
day.
she can't understand why there's a toilet outside in her yard, but also like she's like intrigued. She's like, I want to use it.
Yeah, I don't.
I swear to God, if we don't keep an eye on her, she's gonna be sitting on it.
It would not surprise me.
Oh my God, that's
and
so funny.
so when they took out the old bathtub, they found a quarter, 2 pennies, 3 hair ties, all shoved down the drain. And so we knew something was up because over the last week, it wasn't like the drain wasn't going down in the tub anymore. And so that would be why Olivia was shoving things down. So I've tried to convince Olivia that we're getting a whole new bathroom because she broke our old one. I don't think it's working. I don't think she's going to care.
No,
but
she doesn't care. But we probably should go ahead and get different drains.
yes,
on the
yeah,
different
so that
issues. I
she
don't wanna-
can't get things down.
I don't
my
wanna deal with
dosages
that.
this morning.
So what else happened this week? We had some crazy things.
I'm trying to think of what.
It's been stressful.
It's just been stressful, but mostly I think because of the demo. And then Olivia's just been wild. So we're a week behind in recordings because every time we've tried to sit down to record, Olivia is up and bouncing off the wall. And when I say bouncing off the wall, I mean in true Olivia fashion, bouncing off the wall. It's been really rough. I'm trying to remember if it's happened since we've recorded or not, but she's decided to cut her own oranges using a knife.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
scary.
yeah, and I'm like, Olivia, she goes, Mom, I'm a big girl. I didn't cut my hand. So now, trying to figure out where we hide the knives because we've already had to block the fridge
Right.
off so she can't go in there because she was getting stuff out of the fridge and then cutting it with regular scissors.
Right, and that's kind of
very
my thing is
stressful.
not the fact that she's necessarily cutting her own fruit, so much as that I don't want her playing with the knives when we're not looking.
Right.
Because like, how do you sleep? How do you like? Y'all tell me, how do you sleep soundly, knowing that the toddler knows where the knives is, and is comfortable handling them?
Yeah.
That's a little bit unsettling in my brain. I don't know how you guys' little kids are, but Olivia is pretty wild, and she comes up with all kinds of
Interesting things to do.
interesting, creative things to do with other stuff. So I can only imagine what she would do with knives. So at
Cut
this
oranges,
point,
Daddy.
I'm hoping that's all
So
she
she
would cut
says,
is oranges.
"Cut oranges, Daddy."
Wake up and Nicholas is missing hair.
Yeah. Not
But yeah, no, that's really, really, really unsettling.
it's been scary.
I tried to get Nicholas into the Christmas spirit a couple times last couple weeks,
Yeah.
and he did not.
It didn't work.
It did not work at all. The TikToks, I'm gonna put him. They want to put him on TikTok really, really soon. But he's not in the mood for Christmas. I think he wants the gifts, but he doesn't want the. And he might just be like. So what I did, so just everybody knows, is that I like Christmas music. Well, I'm
More than
okay
I
with
do.
Christmas music in December. I was not playing it in October like some play. Like some stores had like I want to say
Oh,
Publix
yeah.
Publix had like Christmas music playing in October. Like it wasn't even Halloween yet.
Yeah,
They
it
were
was
playing
way too
Christmas
early.
music. And so I this year, especially it being COVID year and all kinds of craziness, I'm like, I want to be in a cheery mood. I want to feel, excited and happy. And Christmas music puts you in that cheery music. It's the bells, it's the everything that goes along with it. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to Christmas music every morning. I'm going to listen to it while I work. I'm going to try to get myself in the holiday spirit. And I'm just going to be a bright and cheery person, which is opposite of what I normally am. And so I've been playing it in the morning, and Nicholas apparently doesn't like it, or he thinks I don't think he likes when we play music, period.
No.
And so I've been playing Christmas music and singing. And Olivia loves it. Olivia is just like going nuts. She's like, yeah, Daddy, let's do it. Olivia and I sing all the time together. And I was driving Nicholas to work or to school, and I had it on, and I was like trying to get him into the groove. And then, of course, you know how I am. If he gets like the opposite of like the mood that I have or the vibe that I have, you know I'm going to try to turn it up 150%. So I actually turned the music all the way up and rolled all the windows down. He was like freaking out. He's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And he's like freaking trying to, he like starts trying to not, like turn off the radio. Like at one point this week, he hops out of the car before I even turn on the video. And he just hops and he does like a jump out and roll, like a rolling
That's
stop. I hadn't even
hilarious.
stopped the car and he was just out the door. And so I don't know if he's just embarrassed by it or whatever, but whatever. I'll put it on TikTok. I think it's funny.
It is. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
So y'all have to check out our TikTok because we are TikToking now. TikToking family. So we're a little behind.
They're not that good, guys. So don't be like.
Hey, some of them are kind of cute. It's a learning process. And Nicholas tried to help me even the other day. He's like, "Mom, how do you not know how to do this?" I'm like, "Listen, I'm old. I don't know how to do this kind of stuff."
Wait, I'm sorry. I don't know. You said that they're cute.
I think they're cute.
I think that our TikTok definitely is us trying to show you just how ridiculous our kids are and the lengths that we will go to show you our drinking habits.
No, there's that too.
I feel like every one of the TikToks was the one me going to ABC Liquor with you drinking all the wine.
No, the Brawny Man one was not alcohol
What is a
related.
Brownie Man?
I know, Brawny.
Oh, Brawny Man. What is a Brownie Man,
Brawny
Ray?
Man.
Oh my gosh. Anyhow, what else you got going on this week?
Nothing. I mean, back to dog training today and preparing for Christmas. I think we've got almost all of our Christmas shopping done.
I haven't gotten you anything.
I didn't want anything.
But I'm getting you something.
I want dog
you always say
training
that
stuff.
every year. Does anybody else I feel like wives are notorious and moms are like, don't get me anything. And then what do you remember that one year I actually got you nothing and how pissed off you were? See, of course you don't, because you were tricking me essentially. It was one year Renee was just like, don't get me anything. Like, I don't want anything. It's not in our budget. I think that year we didn't get Nicholas like an Xbox. And
Are you sure it was for Christmas and not for my birthday?
It was for Christmas. I'm pretty sure it was for Christmas. And we might have even still just been dating too. And you're like, don't get me anything.
Oh, no, if we were dating and I said that doesn't count because our money's separate. But once we were married, everything's been together.
I just think it's weird when you say don't get you anything in general, because why would I not get you a present?
Well, because I just want dog stuff. And I get that, regularly anyways. I want a new training vest.
That is the funny thing. So the reason, and that's funny. So I know why you don't want stuff is because you've been secretly buying stuff on Amazon for the dogs. I get the bill.
I was going to say, it's not secret. You get the email. It's your account.
It's secret. It's secret all the way up until I get the bills. And when I look at it.
I sent him this vest that I want. It's a dog training vest where I can fit all my treats in and a toy in it. And so I sent it to him and I said, this is for Chris. I meant to put Christmas, but I put for Chris. And Claude texted me back, who's Chris? I don't know what your boyfriend. He's like, I don't know what your boyfriend
was. What the
was.
hell are you buying Chris freaking vest for?
A pink vest too.
And it's camo too or something weird.
No, it's pink. It was pink.
I think it had like camo like accents on it.
Yeah, but pink.
And I didn't notice that it was pink. I was just like, why the hell is my wife buying a vest for Chris? Who the hell is Chris, and why is he getting a dog vest? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get a boat, but Chris can get a dog vest.
I didn't even think you realized it was a dog vest until after I was like, no, Christmas.
I thought it was just a vest. And
then I'm like, and you're like, what? Oh, I just figured you already bought it.
That was so funny because I was looking at it and I'm just like, well, first of all, Renee always buys stuff on Amazon on my profile. We have two profiles. We have her profile and my profile, but for some reason she always buys gifts on my profile.
But I like it when it comes in your name. It doesn't make me feel as bad about myself, because if I had to like see all the things I ordered versus the things you ordered.
Oh, Claude, what did you order? I go, I didn't order anything. I don't. When we do the
sometimes I forget what I've ordered.
When we do the bi-weekly bills, Renee will be like, oh man, we're just spending all this money at Amazon. I'm just over here drinking my coffee like,
Hey,
I haven't bought anything.
You throw some stuff in there.
I'm wearing pants that are 6 years old. What do you mean that I'm buying stuff on Amazon?
6 years old.
I buy studio equipment. That's maybe the most that I buy on Amazon. But you always buy stuff on my profile, and you've tried to surprise me with things.
Yeah.
That you've bought on Amazon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have to lie, like I don't know.
Well, because I told you, hey, shut off your notifications and don't look.
It's not just my notifications.
And then, but it texted you, I think. That's how you found out. It was when I got you your Apple Watch.
It's if I go on to Amazon, it'll show, hey, look at your recent order. So it's like one of those things where it's like, if you just use the profile that I set up for you 8 years ago.
I don't want to.
8 years ago.
I feel bad about myself if I have to see the things that I ordered.
It's crazy. I feel like we had a combined Amazon account before we even had like a combined like bank account. I'm pretty sure.
No, I mean, well, I used yours. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely used your account. Don't you do you remember when we started dating and your mom and your Amazon account? That's how your mom found out that you were dating a girl.
How does she even get my Amazon information?
I don't know, but she had your Amazon member because you were looking at Michael Kors watches for me and your mom saw the
I
search
think I might have
history.
sent it to. No, I think I might have accidentally sent it to her email, trying to hide it from you. I want to say.
Oh, maybe.
Something happened. I'll have to ask her that today. Like, how the heck did she even like see
Because
that?
I remember you telling me that your mom was on, that
so
you
what
knew you had a
but
girlfriend.
We're gabbing, but what the story is that so I bought Renee this really nice Michael Kors. What is it? Swarovski? Help me say it.
I don't know.
The
It's beautiful.
I sound like an ignorant person right now, but a Swarovski crystals company. You all know that in every mall in the country. I feel like, and Michael Kors made a watch. And hers is very cool. It's very blinged out. It's very nice. Renee doesn't wear it anymore because
my battery's dead.
The battery's dead. Maybe I'll do it. You know, I'll do that for Christmas.
Can
I'll
you get all
your
three of my
batteries.
watches'
Yeah, we'll
batteries?
talk
That'd
about it
be
in a second. But
great.
I bought her this very like so. I think it was the first like expensive present that I had bought
It
her.
was.
Because I had bought her. I mean, obviously we go out drinking. I buy drinks and dinner and all that stuff. But I think it was the first actual. It was the first actual expensive gift that I had bought her. I can take it back now with that look in your eye. And I bought it on Amazon. And somehow my mom got a hold of either the notification that I bought it or the email or something. I don't even know.
I thought she was using your Amazon to search for something, and that's how it came up.
I would never give my mom my Amazon login. So I really don't know how she did it, to be honest with you. Somehow she found out that I bought this item, and she calls me. She goes, "Who are you buying this watch for? Who is this girl you buying a watch for?" And I'm just like, "Oh God!" So that kind of that kind of put us on the path of having to have Renee meet my mom.
I
Because
still didn't meet your mom until we were engaged.
it's none of her business.
That's horrible.
And I think it might be because when I grew up with my mom, we didn't talk about that kind of stuff. Unlike your family, we don't talk about that
My
kind of
family's a
stuff
little
with our
crazy.
parents. I think that's kind of it. Now, I don't want to use the word inappropriate. It's just not our culture or not how we were raised. So we didn't necessarily have those conversations with our moms. My thing is when I was getting ready to marry you, when I knew that this was going to be like something, not just like us dating, because at the time we were still just dating. That's when she would meet you. Not when. Let's just say Renee was the only woman that ever actually met my mom, and I hung out with and dated a lot of women, and not a lot, but
I was
enough.
about to say, how many is a lot, Claude?
Enough. No, that'll be a different topic for a different show. And she had never met anyone until Renee. So that's just kind of
After we were engaged.
after we were we engaged?
Yes.
How soon after that did we get engaged? It was really soon after that, though.
Like we were engaged in March, and I met her within a month or two afterwards.
Yes. No. Right. But I bought the watch probably in December for Christmas or something.
No.
Or was it for your birthday?
Yeah, I think it was for my birthday.
Okay, so you met her. So we went on a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
I bought this watch. We went on a cruise that March. So Renee's birthday is in March. So we probably would have been the same month.
Oh wait, no. No, you're right. It was our first Christmas together.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you're right. It was our first
it's
Christmas
This
together.
is an episode about Christmas.
Yeah. I'm confused.
You're confused. Yeah, let's take a break to drink our coffee so that we can get our head
Let's
clear.
breathe. Wake up a little bit.
But
Still got my bed
that
head.
was the first I think that was the first Christmas gift I got you.
It was.
Definitely.
It was
You know, remember what you got me for Christmas for the first time?
a Louis Vuitton wallet.
It what? Yeah, so I think it was a Louis Vuitton wallet. And what was funny about that wallet, Renee?
I don't want to talk about it.
So Renee and I are bargain shoppers. We are. We're not gonna very. I think we bought a car. My car currently, we bought it brand new, brand spanking new. Still had the plastic on it and everything.
Yeah.
And I want to say that's the only thing that we've ever bought like spanking brand new, never been touched before, minus our new bathrooms. Because everything we'll buy a used version of it, or we'll get we'll find
Like
a deal.
discounted one. We do the work ourselves. Like we're just cheap
we'll
people.
We'll get one that's like if we're buying products, we'll buy something that's either not aftermarket, but it's something that's either a season behind.
Yeah.
Like our Ring doorbell that we just bought. It's the Ring doorbell 2. not the Ring Doorbell 3 that's currently out.
Yeah.
I have an iPhone 11, not an iPhone 12. I have an Apple Watch 3, not an Apple Watch 4. Like, so we try to
stretch the money.
We try to stretch the money as much as we can, because ultimately we do want to have a house on the beach where we can hide from our kids and not have to deal with people.
Or is that where you're gonna hide from me? And the dogs.
So we bargain shop, and so she was bargain shopping for my first gift that I had told her that I had always wanted a Louis Vuitton wallet. But I wanted the Louis Vuitton wallet, a very specific one that had the LV on it, and it was just nice. Well, Renee, of course, being a bargain shopper, where'd you get it? You got it like online somewhere.
Yeah, I got it online.
It's like a regular online place, not like Amazon.
Yeah.
And she bought it, and when I got it, it was so amazing. It was a great gift, except for the fact that she bought me the European version. So I don't know if anybody has ever looked at euros. Euros are about a quarter of the size bigger than an actual dollar. And so the wallet itself is a quarter the size bigger than an actual wallet. So I'm talking about this thing. It had to have been as wide as this sticky note thing here, as wide. And so it did not fit in my pocket very well. It had like a change purse in it. So that was even what's crazy. So you had like a little change purse in it. It was super wide. And I was just kind of like, well, you know what? I don't want to be a dick. So I
felt so bad. I didn't even think about that. It could have been different size. It's like a man's wallet isn't just a man's. No, it is not.
Is a woman's purse just a woman's purse? How many size purses do you have? You have like
That's
million
different.
size purses.
Why
is that different?
Wait, I'm very distracted at the moment. Do you see what's going on behind us?
I don't know. What's she doing? Licking herself?
I think she's trying to bite her own tail.
Oh, she's not our smartest dog, guys.
Sorry.
She's our most well-trained dog, but she's definitely not our smartest.
Stop it. Sorry, it's very distracting. But yeah, so no, they're definitely different purses, but wallets to me, just because there's always one pocket size basically for a man, so shouldn't they all be?
No,
not,
but
guys.
There's different size money.
I didn't think like that.
So I still have that.
Not a well-traveled person, apparently.
I still have it, by the way.
I know you do.
And then a couple years later,
you used it for a while.
Yeah. And you know what? You ended up buying me a Coach wallet that was about the same. We're fancy. But I think I'm going to finally just buy myself the one that I wanted. No? Okay. Anyhow. But yeah, that was the first gift that you got me. Mm-hmm. And it's been uphill from there, or downhill.
No, it's not.
Downhill.
No. I was gonna say this is what happens now. I'm like, Claude, what do you want? He tells me, and that's what I get, because if I try to get something without asking him, it's always wrong. There's only been one thing recently that I've gotten for you.
Here's where you always knock it out of the park. Normally, is when you buy me a watch.
Yeah, but you have so many watches.
I do, and then you bought, and I haven't bought a watch since, because you bought me the Apple Watch.
Yeah.
So and that was what we said one thing recently, or was it the Apple Watch?
Oh no! Remember I surprised you with an ice thing, like a can for ice with prongs, and then the salt ring.
She bought me an ice bucket.
It was a nice bucket, but he liked it and he was surprised by it. See,
right.
but normally
you did buy me the decanter one year.
Yeah, I bought you a decanter.
That was something.
But normally he makes me return things if I buy it without asking him.
So if it's going to be super expensive or a hot ticket item, Renee has to make sure that it's
the right hot ticket item.
Because she will literally try to save money. She will try to cut corners to get to it instead of getting exactly what I want. Because Renee's the type of person that will use strawberry cream cheese instead of regular cream cheese to make cauliflower
Why you
mash.
gotta call me out like that?
Because I'm making an illusion here, and so that's and then won't take the strawberry back and then get the regular because she wants to get it done because she's already gone to the store and got it.
And strawberry cream cheese cannot be substituted for regular cream cheese, just in case anybody was wondering.
It cannot be.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying. Renee's the type of person that's how she operates. So if she's got it, we've already gotten it, and she's not trying to get it again. And except for a wedding dress, she will buy 4 of those before she gets the right one of those.
2. 3.
3.
Might have been 3.
It's 3.
And then I had it altered like twice.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. That's Renee. That's how she is. That's why I buy basically all the kids' gifts. Oh, you did get the kids' gifts this year.
I did. You bought them. I put them in the cart.
I did buy them. They seem okay. We'll see how the kids react.
So what I did is I put them all in the cart and I said, "You got to go and approve them before anything gets purchased." Yeah. And then he made the final. That's true. Yeah. See, that was teamwork.
That was teamwork. That is I think that's key when it comes to us with that type of stuff. We do have to kind of work together because You just, I don't, why do you think that is?
I just don't think
You just
things
don't care.
through. I don't care.
You don't care.
Like, if you're gonna do
Needless
it,
to say, Renee, if she's going to give, she's going to give, especially for others, she's going to give the best that she possibly can. And I think that that's something important, especially right now. A lot of people are hurting, and we talk about that in every episode. Every single episode, we talk about that because we basically started this whole show during COVID, and it's just been crazy. But
well, and
yeah.
I know #blessed. We're
There you go, Trish.
right. But we're very blessed, and I don't want to take that for granted, not even for one moment. And my belief is that you should always give back. You should always be helping others. Every day should be, you should just always be helping, because someday, if we're ever in a position, I just hope that there will be people that will be able to help us out as well. And so I believe that I just believe you should always be giving everything that you can. There's no limit, in my opinion.
Right.
Poor Claude.
And like I said, there's so much going on right now that we have to realize that, we do have to give something. We haven't quite
And be
figured out what
thankful.
we're going to do. I mean, we have our guardian ad litem kid. We have we normally do donate to the what is the one that the church does? The children's
No, that's a Guardian Ad Litem.
No, but you normally do Metropolitan Ministries or something that.
No, my church does a Guardian Ad Litem kit as well.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
they do
okay.
Guardian- yeah.
So we try to give to someone that that needs it. We suggest doing that, not just to make yourself feel better, but just to kind of, you'd be surprised how little people really, really want, and your little that you're giving is such a big deal to them.
Yeah.
We have.
I even saw on the Nextdoor app where in our area, did you see that, where there was a family that somebody found a family that they were living in a shelter, and just the mom just needed a little bit of help to get the deposit for the apartment. And so everybody in the community, because I was looking to see like maybe what items we could give that we could donate, but the entire community came together. When I tell you, there was like 100 responses trying to like donate beds and like anything that they could to make sure that this family got what they needed.
Because the people that are in need this year don't look the same as they've looked in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it sounded like she was working. She just needed that help to be able to get into some sort of an apartment.
Right.
And so I think that that's great as a community when I see things like that. Wherever like I said, by the time I saw it, they pretty much had everything that they needed. And just the fact that even a single person noticed that this family needed help and jumped in, that's everything right now. And I think that we should all be checking in on our neighbors, because even some people who look like they're not struggling or could be struggling. Right. And so you need to be reaching out, even if some people are prideful and not wanting to, like, reach out, ask people, how are you doing? Is there anything that you can, do? Take them to lunch. Just make sure, check in on your friends right now, because it's been a really rough time.
Yeah, and that's been something that. So it's not just checking in on your neighbors, checking in on your friends, your family, because this has kind of affected a lot of people in a lot of different ways.
Yeah,
it's not affecting everybody the same way. It's actually been something that's been it's been weighing on everyone. Me, you, the kids. Maybe not to Olivia, because she doesn't really, know what's going on. We try to stay upbeat for her. And I'll be frank, guys, this situation has not affected us other than having to be home with our family a lot.
I think my mental health has been a challenge.
But there's some people that are getting it mentally, financially, all of the above. And so, just got to remember that right now when we're all sitting around the Christmas tree giving our gifts. Some people are not going to have that option.
Yeah.
They're really not going to have that option. So it's really good that the Nextdoor app had that to give to kind of show who needed that. Because like I said, it's not looking like the same. It looked very different back before all of this happened. You'd be surprised who was in need still, because we often think that the homeless guy on the street, the retired vet, or that lost his job, or what we have all these preconceived notions in our brain about what somebody in need looks like. But especially now, they don't look like what we thought anymore.
Yeah.
They're actual families that look like us.
Yeah.
Like our own family. Guaranteed, look in the mirror, there's somebody in need that looks just like you.
Yeah, and especially, like you said, with full families, because even if you go down to one income, that's detrimental.
Right.
So yeah, just make sure you're all reaching out, and 2020 has been such a rough year. If we take anything from it, I think it should be helping each other, being there. Because like I said, even the mental awareness portion of it, because I mean, I know you guys, I've talked about it on our episode, after the lockdown, I ended up at the doctor's like, hey, something's got to give. I'm not sleeping. I'm having an anxiety attack. So, but I was also in a position where I had the health insurance to be able to go and do that and to get the help that I needed to level back out again. Not everybody even has that option. So, especially if you've lost your job and then you're financially strained. And so yeah, just, make sure you're asking your friends if they're okay and what you can do to help them.
Right. And yeah, that's all. Yeah. I don't have anything to add to that other than that's just something that you have to do right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, is it just the right now thing?
No, it should be always.
We should have been already doing
always.
That. We should have already been doing
I just think you expect, so I think you have this preconceived notion of certain friends that they're just going to be okay, or family members that are just going to be okay. And for the first time, they may be prideful. They may not want to ask for help. So you need to really be paying attention and knowing their circuit. Like, hey, how are you doing? Especially if you know somebody's been sick or lost their job or whatever the case be. Reach out to them and make sure that they're okay. Don't just assume that they're okay.
Right.
But because it's easy to just assume.
And when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
Yeah.
You and me. So I did have something I did want to talk about today, other than gift giving and Christmas and all that stuff. I read an article, I think in USA Today. USA Today, I want to say, put the article out. It could be wrong. I need to start remembering where these articles come from. The U.S. News, thank you. Put out an article about what makes a successful family, or what a happiest families, or so there is a book called Anna Karenina. You heard it? I think I want to say I don't want to say it's a Russian book, but because got literary people out there, please don't kill me. But I think there is a line in the book where it says, all happy families look the same and all unhappy families are very different. So, and I think what the quote was trying to get at was that there's a common factor for families that have got it as far as happiness, and then there's an uncommon factor amongst people who don't have it, families that don't have it. So there's basically this thing called psychological flexibility, and I'll explain what that is in 1 second. And when you lack it, then there's various different things that can creep into the relationships that will literally cause unhappiness. Mm-hmm. Now, I sent you that article and you didn't read it. So looking at that's why you're looking at me right now like, what are you
I'm very interested,
about?
But yeah.
So what the actual article defined it as is psychological flexibility means contacting the present moment fully as a conscious human being, and based on what the situation affords, changing or persisting in behavior in the service of chosen values. So basically, it's having the ability to, do you know what emotional intelligence is?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know how you're going to define it.
I won't define it because I don't know, because I'm not an expert. But basically, what I take from this is your success in a family, or a family's success, has a lot to do with your ability to psychologically adapt. I was going to say go with the flow. To have emotional stability or emotional wherewithal to be able to take a situation and remove your personal feelings or your emotional feelings about it and put it aside and kind of almost have like an out-of-body experience and evaluate it right then and there, do an analysis of the situation. And so when you switch that back to psychological flexibility, it's now my psyche, my neuroses, my individual way of perceiving things. I have to, in that situation, switch gears, and instead of going down this path that I thought I was going to go down because of the situation, I am now adapting to change that. And so I think what the article was getting at is your ability to adapt your way of analyzing the situation, your way of perceiving the situation in a way that's going to kind of course correct, makes for an ability to be able to be more successful in a family.
So wait, let me ask you this. How do you think we do with that?
I think that we crash and burn.
Really? I was going to say, I don't think we're at 100% being able to do that.
Maybe I won't say crash and burn, but we definitely have, well, I would say our ability our flexibility as far as our neuroses, our personal feelings, our emotions. And the article didn't talk about emotional intelligence. It talked about psychological flexibility, but throwing them all in together and making my own thesis. Hope everybody's not falling asleep at this point. We will course correct eventually.
Okay, so that's where I was gonna go too.
Right.
Is like our biggest thing is we acknowledge it, but it's like for me, you do it quicker than I do it.
Oh,
you can acknowledge it probably within maybe like an hour. Me, it could take days. Sometimes it could be a week, and I'm like, oh yeah, so remember, yeah, I was wrong.
Right. Yeah.
But I have to, because I have to calm down and in order to put my emotions, and that kind of puts it into a different perspective. Is I'm so in my emotions that you're not going to tell me anything because I'm emotionally.
And that's the emotional intelligence. And I hate that they call it emotional intelligence because it's not saying that you're dumb. It's not saying that you're stupid. It's just saying that you don't have the ability to step outside of yourself and your emotions, grab hold of that particular moment, and then turn it around.
Yeah.
The emotions themselves tend to they drive you.
Yeah.
And so when you think about, so I would give you an example is when we were putting up the Christmas tree and Nicholas didn't want to do anything and Olivia was acting crazy.
Yeah.
You had in this, so it's kind of almost like that psychological flexibility and the emotional intelligence, because at that point in time, you were like, all I want to do is have a Christmas drink, put up my Christmas tree with the family, put on the Christmas music, and do basically recreate a scene from a '90s sitcom. You know, when they're all singing "Deck the Halls" and putting up the lights and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, that just wasn't the situation. It wasn't anything dire. Like we still ended up getting everything up, but
that was one of my better moments, because if you remember, I sat on the couch and was like, I just need a minute. Like, let me breathe. Let me get through this so that I can I can accept what's happening and to be able to move on. And that's what I did. It took me a few minutes, and I think you gave the kids a pep talk. And that's how we carried on.
Yeah,
you're like, come on, guys, we're gonna do this. Mom wants to do it.
Right. And I think when it comes to me, I'm all good until I started getting chipped away at. When I start getting chipped away at little by little by little by little by little, and my psyche gets right to that point. What my mom used to say, you're on my last nerve, or my last damn nerve is what she used to say, which kind of denotes the fact that she had many, many, many nerves, and I chipped away at those nerves, and then I got to the last one, and now she's ready to pop me in the head with a sandal. So it's kind of one of those. It's kind of one of those things where I think that's what the article was talking about. It's just having the ability to be flexible. And I don't know, and I didn't really, I don't remember seeing this in the article, but I don't know if it pertains to children as well, because kids have a hard time.
I feel like you wouldn't be able to adapt that ability until much later in life.
I think emotional intelligence and psychological flexibility comes with age.
Yeah.
So when you think about like what do we have, a 15, 14, almost 15-year-old and a 4-year-old, there's not a whole lot of emotional stability there at all. I mean, Nicholas will get upset over.
Olivia will cry and laugh within the same minute over the same thing.
Olivia will literally cry over spilled milk, and Nicholas will be, everything is just this big thing.
Olivia, I want a toaster strudel. Okay, give her a toaster strudel. Breakdown crying. I want a Pop-Tart. What? You just told me. No, I didn't. Yes, you did.
I don't want that cup. That cup's not, it's not my favorite.
Or her braids. I want 2 braids. Okay, I gave her 2 braids. No, I said I wanted 3 braids. No, you didn't. You said you wanted 2. No, I want 3.
Remember that time that she had 2 braids in, and I took it out and I put it into one. I told her to cut the other one off. That was awful.
I don't know why you mess with her.
That was awful because it's fun.
So I think so the takeaway is that now when we have a disagreement, you just need to say psychological flexibility, Renee.
I think that if we have a disagreement and I bring up anything having to do with
I'm gonna pop you with a sandal.
You're gonna hit me.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop you with a sandal.
That's what I love about some of these articles, though, and these talking about emotional intelligence and psychological flexibility. I'm like, it's all fine and dandy, except for when you're in like a freaking heated argument and the other person is ready to literally throw down.
I dare you.
Literally ready to throw down.
Oh, because there have been days I'm like, if you don't get out of my face, it is about to go down right now. You need to let me breathe and walk away.
I think you have a moment like that daily. That's a daily thing.
Well, yeah, but that's because Olivia gets on my last nerve by about 8 a.m. Yesterday, I picked her up at 3:15 at school. By the time I picked Nicholas up at 3:38, she had said my name 500 times. I feel like she has a check count on the backseat of the car.
How many times?
You know, of how many times have I said mom's names?
Yeah.
Like even by Olivia was in the car with Nicholas for maybe 5 minutes, and Nicholas is like, Olivia. Can you please chill out?
And this is just kind of our therapy, guys. This is where we complain about Olivia a lot, but she really is a good kid.
Oh, she's very cute. Oh, no, because this is what was she?
I will debut after the kids wake up where she actually talks to me, and it's pretty funny.
She was wilding out at the store the other day, and I was just like, oh my gosh, child, I need you to stop. Then all of a sudden she's like, Mommy, can I tell you a secret? I'm like, okay. So I bend down. She goes, you're the best mommy in the world. I love you.
Yeah.
Like, child, you are so
no.
you're so cute.
She's very manipulative without actually knowing it, and it's a very toxic relationship. It is, because she'll literally whack you in the face, destroy your house, throw up, pee on her pants, and then go, I love you. You're the greatest daddy in the whole entire world.
And it melts your heart.
And it melts your heart. And literally everything else disappears. That's why we allowed her to stay here. Imagine if toddlers were literally just bad always, and they never did the whole cutesy things that they do. We would just be like, let's get rid of this toddler. why don't we have this, crazy?
Well, and it goes both ways, too, because with Nicholas asked me what was on our chore list one day last week. And I said, okay, do you want to split everything in threes? Because you can get a job and I can give you the third of all the bills in this household.
Right.
And then we can talk about whose chore list is what. And I can't remember what he said. I think he goes, well, I'll just move out. I said, go ahead then, move out. How do you think you're going to pay for those bills on your own? Because if you can't do a third of this, you're not going to be able to do it out there. So
if I didn't have to pay $250 per pair of shoes right now, are you kidding me? Kids got a better wardrobe than I do.
We don't pay $250. Don't give people the wrong. I would not pay $250. It was $100.
It was more than $100.
It was $100. It was on sale for $100.
Like I said, the kid has a better wardrobe than I do. See this sweatshirt that I'm wearing right now from the studio? I think we made that. He has like actual like nice sweaters and stuff.
Hey, don't say you think I made this.
You did make it.
I make it. It's beautiful.
Sure
I made this shirt too.
Media. But yeah, so that's our life.
Yeah, it's fun. We wouldn't change it for the world, though.
No. Yeah.
I mean, I wish Olivia was a little tamer, but
she'll get there.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a person that's half me and half you.
I know.
What were we really expecting?
I don't know.
Like we're kind of getting all upset and frustrated and like shocked, but at the end of the day, we know ourselves, and so why are we surprised?
She got the high energy, obnoxious, sarcastic, argumentative side of both of us.
Oh, okay, yeah, from both.
And then you combine it together.
Yeah. She's got generations.
I'm not sarcastic. You are sarcastic. And she comes from a generation on both sides. The women on both sides of the family are hot-headed and a little argumentative and ready to throw down at any given time.
They are.
On both sides. So, I mean, she's like especially a combination of all these generations of, fun women.
Yeah.
I say fun, right?
Wow. So that is all I have. What did you have?
Yes. No. I mean,
anything else you want to say?
No, that's really all I have. It's been a fun week. Hopefully we record. We are supposed to be dropping recordings every week.
We are.
It really has been. We sit down and Olivia is just so wilding out that
we don't even know what our house looks like right now. By the way, guys, because she hasn't come in here once, so we have no idea.
And mind you, we've been getting up at 5 a.m. She's like, "Hey, hold my beer." She's getting up at 5 a.m. too.
Yeah.
So, if we get up at 4
we're
and she starts
check
getting
on
up
our
at
house
4,
here in a minute, and we have no idea what's going to be going on.
It's going to be fun.
So it literally could be destroyed. We don't hear her. She won't do anything to herself. She's typically pretty
Hopefully
safe.
Shelby's not on the couch.
I don't even know what status my house is going to be in right now. But just final thoughts for me. Everybody, just once again, I can't wait until I have something better, something else to say. I would just say let's look into that article, guys. I'll probably post a link on either our Instagram or our Facebook for it. Really, really good read as far as psychological flexibility goes, emotional intelligence. I'll throw some stuff on there. Just try to be flexible in your lives. I know that things are hard, things are crazy, and if you have kids like us, even if you don't have kids, it's difficult to manage right now. Mm-hmm. So any type of flexibility, both psychological, physical, mental, anything that you got going on, if you could just adapt and find a way to get through it, things will be right in the end. So
yeah, and if you need something, or if you know somebody who's in need, why don't reach out to us? You can send us a message. I'm on our Facebook or Instagram, and we'll be happy to try to find some resources and to try to make sure that we can get any help, because we're all in this together. It's been a really rough year.
And it's almost over.
And it is almost over. But I want to keep saying that 2021, everything is just going to change, but it's not going to just change at the first of the year. Hopefully our mindsets change because we're a little bit more prepared for what next year has to offer. But I'm hoping our one takeaway from this year is going to be, our true friendships and just like that we've all come together in a little bit different of a way.
Right.
So so thank you for listening. Thank you for continuing to tune in. Please check out our TikTok account. We need some views.
What is
we
our
need
TikTok?
some likes. It's Before the Kids Wake Up.
Before or spelled out?
No, it's
before?
spelled out.
Okay.
Before the Kids Wake Out.
Well, Instagram is at B4, the letter B and the number 4.
Well, and it's on our Instagram. It's on our Facebook. You can find our TikTok there too. But please go follow us, like us.
This video, if you're not actually watching it on YouTube, is at shiftdivisionmedia.com / blah, blah, blah. youtube.com/shiftdivisionmedia, just like right on my sweatshirt here. And we'll post it on Facebook. It'll be on IGTV. It'll be everywhere you like to watch this type of stuff. And we appreciate if you just subscribe, like on everything, and share it to everyone. We appreciate bringing in this content and letting you into our crazy lives, and we want to hear from you guys too, because we know we're not the only ones out there experiencing all this nonsense. So
yeah, and if you have topics, send us some topics. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah. Please send us topics. We don't want to sit here. We think of things together all the time, but I wouldn't necessarily want to talk about each other's stuff all the time. We want to talk about what you guys are talking about. So once again, I'm Claude,
and this is Renee.
This has been Before the